All right, we're back. You know the thing about these discussions, you think, you're gonna spend an hour only. I was gonna shade Pastor Edward and Minister Israel and say that I'm only gonna be here for an hour, but the conversation is just really amazing. Okay. Okay, Dr. Buki, please just send me a request so we continue this conversation. Okay, Kings, please. You know, in the same way, we talked about the balance you like for the women to have, good and they need to have substance. You too, as we dare appreciate your inside, please take care of yourself now. Take care of yourself. The Kings have taken this thing to a whole new level. Now they said they got chop pizza, they're going to have pot bellies, they're going to whatever. Please, now.
Remember, your health is very important to you. Yes, now, if you're doing all those ones, you're doing it for yourself.
Yes, I agree. I think, a long time I was of the opinion that, I need to get my body right for my man. Before I even get a man, I need to. But I realized that I need to do it for myself, and he's just going to be a beneficiary. Mm-hmm. So, Kings, your body being fit is number one for you, because I think when you're fit, it boosts your confidence. You carry yourself a certain way. Like when you're looking good. You know that sometimes even the brothers, when they wear certain suits, even the way they walk into church.
Hey, you even look at them like, what's going on? Shut it out.
Then they take pictures after service. So I think at the end of the day, looking good is really for you. Mm-hmm. It's for you. So all this, let's shop pizza, let's shop whatever. No, it's for you, Kings, and I love it. I know they're just having fun, and they love to look good. The people that are commenting, they love to look good. They represent themselves well. So, yeah. Anyway, so I want us to end this live. With things we wish men knew about women, things we wish Christian men knew about Christian women. Mm-hmm. Let's just talk to them heart to heart. What we wish they knew. How do we want to be pursued? I think that's one of the questions we had, because they just want to come and tell us that they had a dream, or they have a conviction, or the Lord is saying something. How do Christian women want to be pursued?
How?
Yes. Okay. How do we want to be pursued? Let's talk about the chase, the pursuit, especially in the setting where we've been. I think that's the most difficult one. The setting where we've been in this brother-sister zone. If you remember, hey, Mecca, he said in a trance. These guys are wilding. Yeah.
Okay, go and pick your wife in the trance.
I don't even know. This setting where we were in the same church, we call each other brother this. Like for me now, having been a minister, so it's pastor this, minister this, whatever. And someone wants
minister, to imagine just a member is interested in you. How will she come? How will he come, rather? If a member is interested
in me as a minister.
As a minister, yeah.
I think that's a conversation to have, actually. Women that are in high spiritual positions. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So before we go there, how do they move from the brother zone, from the before the only conversation was you're moderating, or you're taking summary tomorrow, or you're taking prayer and all that. How do we move from that to pursuit in a way like a woman still feels you want to take her home, you want to wife her, but she wants to be pursued? How do you think women would want that, Christian women?
If I get the question right,
yes,
I think the first thing that I won't say we lack it these days, but while we were growing up, what we were taught was, if this is your man, you will know. Do you understand? So I don't know
Yes.
whether that kind of thing is still happening right now, or attraction
Did
comes
you
first.
know? Did you know your husband was your husband?
Yeah, I knew actually.
How? So is this before he came and told you? You already had a
Okay,
hunch?
okay. I don't know. Maybe it's something I need to share here. In 2014,
Yes.
he just flashed on my Facebook. He just wrote me, "Hello." I say, "Hi." Okay, this is Samuel from this. I say, "Oh wow, I can't even remember. I don't know you."
Yeah.
And we started talking, and I think just for like 2 days, just 2 days, or I'm not sure it's more. And after he left, I didn't even know his occupation or something. So he told me
Yes.
that, oh, with that time, it was just where there is network. He just said, oh, Bookie now, I still remember how we went to the same secondary school. Let's just talk. I don't know him from the secondary school. I can't even
Wow.
remember. So
Wow.
maybe later, that 2014, it just flashed there.
Yes.
Do you know that is your husband? Sincerely speaking,
Just
I
like
said,
that.
sincerely speaking, I say God forbid, because one, I don't know him. Somebody that just
Yes.
wrote to me for 2 days and I was like, no, it can't be. I ignored it.
Wow.
And do you know, I think he went for a course and he was there for like 2 years. The next time we spoke was on my birthday. Was it on my birthday or just slightly before my birthday in 2016?
Wow.
So I was like, God, what's going
That's
on?
amazing. That's so beautiful. And that's why the kings are in the comments saying Christian women should not be rude in their DMs, especially when a guy is decent. Yes, I think so. If a person is rude, like there's some boys who just come and the first thing they're talking about is your body. Of course, those are
He didn't even know I was looking then. Now we've seen the last time we saw was when I was in JS3, because I left the school we were in JS3.
uh-huh.
I went to another school. So that was since 2001. Or was it
Wow.
2000 or 2001? That was the last time we saw. And the
Wow.
next time he wrote me was 2014. So that's
That's
like
amazing.
14 years. So he doesn't even know how I look. It couldn't have been my look. I don't know how he
Yeah.
looks.
Wow.
So
But
when
it really shows how it's important to be polite. Like if someone comes, don't just say, hey, what do you want? So kingdom women, they're throwing shade, they're throwing you under the bus, they're saying you're rude in the DMs, and then you go and pray all night for marriage. But when people come and talk to you in the DMs, you're rude. So when it's a decent guy, he's striking a conversation, talk to him. I think that's really important.
yeah,
Okay, so let me tackle the question you asked me of being the minister and then a member wants to
came to
date
you.
me. Be court. Okay, kings, we are here. They won't be rude. Stop telling them to continue being rude. Oh my god. They are really wild in the comments. They said Sheila is waiting for you. Okay, so I think honestly, yes, I think sometimes as female ministers, when we're in certain positions, I think there's a level, now I can say it, there's some level of unhealthy pride that comes with it. If I'm being honest, I think
It's
for
an
me,
unhealthy pride.
it took coming back to Zambia, and then I was able to now see myself and how I was carrying myself and whatever. And I'm like, no, girl, no, it was just, and there's a lot of unnecessary pride, a young female minister, you get your whatever. It's just not healthy for the most part. So when that is there, that's when you feel the need. You hear things like, I can't marry someone who's spiritually below me. And that doesn't make sense
Many
because
lost brothers. I have receipts.
no, honestly, and we make an assumption. To be honest, I remember at a point I had this conversation with my friend. We make an assumption that being ordained as a minister shows that you're spiritually grown. So it means
Not all
that
the
all the
time.
people that are under you are not up to that level of spirituality. And the truth is, that's not true. There's some brothers who are right there in the crowd that are way more spiritual spiritual than the ordained minister you are looking at, who's
Sure.
maybe like ahead of you in the ministerial,
Position,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. Yes. So I would say at the time there was a lot of just unhealthy pride, and I really appreciated coming home and not being noticed by anybody. Like, I can walk into church and there's nobody by the door saying, "Minister, can I take your bag?" And honestly, it was weird. It was so weird. It was weird. Like, those are the things, those are the shocks I had to deal with. I'm like, I did carry my own bag into church. Oh. No, I'm not sitting in any special seats and things like that. I think those things really begin to get to your head. And so when a brother comes, you're not able to see him for who he is, but you're measuring things like, but if you're as spiritual as you claim, you should have also been at my level or higher. And that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. So maybe coming from a minister that hasn't actively been in ministry, now I can see certain things that were very unhealthy in the way we carried ourselves. And yes, I think that aura is going to chase men away. It will.
Except for the bold ones.
Yes, the bold ones, right? There are some that are just very bold, and some it's not even healthy boldness. That that some men will just go after a woman because she's a hot shot, she carries herself.
Oh, and they
So
want to bring that down. No, I'm not talking about that boldness.
Okay.
I mean the Holy Spirit kind of boldness. That
Thank
he has
you.
told you that, okay, that is your woman. And he will actually teach you how to go about it, I think.
Yes. But if he's saying that, but when the bold ones come, you people chase him away.
Because the bold ones failed to pursue. Keep pursuing.
No, honestly, do you know what? I think that if men are also coming to the women like, good, I'm a minister, right? I'm a minister. You, as you're coming to pursue me, you're coming first to pursue Ruth, the person. But you two, they reach like you're coming to pursue the minister. So you're coming with the minister. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So I think get to know the person. Get to know the person. Like, go outside ministry terms. Like, don't even allow that to intimidate you. Because honestly, I think certain people, if you meet me for the first time in a ministry setting, like, you're going to think I'm very, I don't know, I think I had some church members who, when they meet me out, they're like, "Oh, minister, you're very nice." So I'm like, what makes you think I'm not nice? But if you find me in my element, I'm preaching, I'm scolding, that's all you will see to me. And that's not all I am. So there's a place where you, the brother, let's say the sister is, quote unquote, in a spiritual place higher than you. Pursue the person. Talk to the person. Even though
not the position.
There's a very fragile lady on the inside. Find your way to that one.
Okay. Pastor is asking a question.
Yes.
He said, what's the place of big sisters in the Lord grooming younger ladies in emotional life? Did you see that?
Yes. I think it's very important. And I think that's one of the reasons I have a YouTube channel. And
even the Bible says it, that the older women should teach the younger women.
Yes. Honestly, I think excuse me. I think one of the reasons how I've been taught to my girls, whenever I need to deal with anything, honestly, I'll start with mistakes I've made and things like that, because sometimes we, the older sisters, we only bring out this whole I've got it together and things like that. I think it's very important. If a lot of Christian women had like big sisters, we wouldn't repeat a lot of like mistakes in emotions.
Sure.
Things like pursuit, how to be pursued, or how to handle all these emotions. And I'm really glad that we're having these conversations, because I think now we're opening up to all these conversations in Christendom, because we didn't really talk about emotions. We behaved like they're not important, So now what
we hide. Most we hide things. Things you're supposed to talk about, you don't want to talk about them. I don't know why.
And it's because, for me, there was a point where while I was in church, because I think for me, one of the things I struggled with is I was perceived a certain way. and like I'll be perceived like I'm very strong, I'm very this. And honestly, maybe now I've grown a bit, but I was one of the very most emotional people I knew. So even when I put up like this very strong, personality or whatever, on the inside, there's a very fragile person dealing with fear and things like that. But like Pastor Edward has said, I didn't feel like I had any big sister I could talk to. Because, you're already spirit coco, she blasts in tongues. So once everybody picks that notion of you, it's hard for you to go and become vulnerable to someone and tell them, hey, I'm actually struggling with this. I know I lead praise and worship very well. The Holy Ghost comes down, but I'm dealing with this thing emotionally. And so definitely I agree with Pastor Edward saying that the elder one must initiate conversations. I think we need to have more conversations on like emotions for the young ones. Yes. So these
because
men
most of them actually don't know how to handle it.
Yes. They are. Now the last question. Please, Kings, we're leaving. Buki is a mom. She's a mom. Please. I'm sure Shewa has shouted her lungs out.
Like she's still there shouting.
Yes. Buki needs to go to Shewa. So the last question. Women are always raised to marry up. Someone, Baba Easy put that. They are raised to marry up financially or spiritually or whatever. So what with our generation, how do you think we can look at that? This whole marry up, he needs to be more spiritual than you. He needs to be more financially stable than you. What's your take on that as we conclude?
Oh yeah, those things are actually very important. We can't say they are wrong. We can't say teaching us that way is wrong, because a woman, okay, I'll start with a woman actually naturally. I used to say something that it's written in the Bible, because God has seen that a woman is not naturally not submissive. So he gave it as instruction. So it's hard for a woman to marry someone they can't submit to. It's very hard. And I would advise women that a woman, it's better you marry someone you can submit to, because situations of life will come. Even if you're saying marrying up, a time of life will come whereby you will need to assist your man.
Yeah.
In that kind of thing or kind of situation, what are you going to do? So marrying up is not a bad thing, but what is going to happen in life, after life? No, not after life, like when the journey begins. Do you understand? So even if you're marrying, like you're a minister, you're marrying a member, you will see something in a member that you will see that, okay, this person is actually a leader.
Yes. Do you know, I actually agree with marry up, but I think it's what we think up is. Like you're saying, because I'm a minister does not mean I should marry.
Doesn't mean a member is down. It doesn't mean a member is down. Yeah.
No, because there are certain men, for example, if Pastor Edward gave an example of Joyce Meyer and her husband, even though Joyce Meyer is the preacher, honestly, from the stories she tells, you can tell her husband is spiritually mature, because the way he kept up with that, her attitude, that can only be spiritual maturity. So for me, Joyce Meyer did marry up, but he is not a minister, but he has like spiritual capacity to contain her growth.
Contain her. Exactly. That's what you need.
Yes.
Not position up.
No.
Because most of us, we are thinking of the position, we are thinking of the riches, we are thinking of, no, that is not it.
Even financially, if you say marry up, for me, I'm not saying then you're saying marry a man who makes more money than you. I'll be looking at a man who's financially sound, even if let's say he doesn't have a job at the time, financially sound. If the whole family, if we lost everything, he has the emotional and financial intelligence to pick up,
bring it back,
and will bring it back. That is marrying up.
A man said, if I lose everything I have today, he said, if I lose everything I have today, my house, my everything, he said, within the next 5 years, I'm going to make it back. Do you know why?
Yes.
Because what I have is not in all those things. What I have is inside of me, and I can recreate it at any time.
Yes.
So
So
if you have that recreating mentality, you have the leadership mentality, you have the support, you have the responsibility, then you are up.
yes,
You're not done.
we do agree with the notion of marrying up, but our up is not what people typically think as up,
Think is
right?
up. Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I agree. I don't believe in marrying a man I don't respect. Like, I don't think respect should be commanded as per respect me. There's certain men, the way they carry themselves, they just demand respect out of you. Like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. There's a
I
way
get it.
they do things. Like, you're not even trying hard to respect them because they lead themselves so well. So respect and submission becomes a natural
Comes
response
natural.
to how they lead themselves.
That's it.
So
Be
that's
in
the
a
thing. That's
position.
it.
As a man,
I
be in a
didn't know when I
position.
meet a man and I don't
Be,
respect we're not going anywhere now. I'm an alpha female. We're not doing that.
be in
Now
a
let's go
position
beg
where
me.
your woman will
Submit or
respect
submit.
you naturally.
Yes.
Be in that
By the
position.
way you carry
Position
yourself.
yourself that your wife
So
will naturally respect you.
yeah,
Do you
the way
understand?
we just
So
naturally respect God though.
we don't, it's not marriage, men and women, we are not hard. All of us are not difficult.
Yes,
Just
if we
what?
put in
No.
the right things. So honestly, I think the way a man just leads himself, and we're watching, to be honest. I'm gonna tell you, Kings, this last we are watching. We are watching you. You think we're not watching? We are watching you. So we're able
And
to tell.
another thing I want to talk about is
Yeah.
pretense. Let's try as much as possible, women and men, let's not pretend
Not
to
to
get
pretend.
anything.
We are children
Don't
of the Most High
pretend to
God.
get that girl. Don't pretend to win the heart of the man. Just be you.
Yeah.
Know yourself, know who you are, and be you. That's all.
Yes, be real. Show your real self, please. I beg. Let's not go and find surprises in the marriage. Let's not do that.
No.
Okay, so lastly, I want to talk. I think Shalom asked, like, even when sisters open up, the young ones, sometimes it's difficult to open up. I get that. And I get, especially if you come from a culture where you didn't share, but it really is important. All of us need to unlearn certain things and we need to learn new things. Wow, but Izzy just wants to shake tables. Brothers, no need for fake packs. Sisters, no need for fake packs. Yes, sir. No, we don't need to do that. All right, Sissy.
Okay, for Shalom.
So great
For
having
Shalom,
the
she said.
conversation with you.
Shalom, you said Shalom said something.
She said, like, sometimes even when big sisters initiate certain conversations, it's just difficult for certain people to open up with what they're dealing with and things like that. Yes. So I'm just saying,
I think that should be. Yeah, that should be a topic maybe for another day, because it boils down to who you are too. There are some big sisters that actually I think the issue should be first trust. I can't come to you now and say, oh, Minister Ruth, I want to tell you about my life. No. Then there will be a certain level of trust I have in you that can, this doctor-patient confidentiality kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's this thing I will have and say, okay, I think I can talk to Minister Ruth and I'll be safe talking to her.
Yes.
You understand? Then relationship matters too. You have to get to a certain relationship with people before you start talking to them about anything. Even as a big sister that is opening up to younger ones, if you want to open up to younger ones, you have to get to a level of selflessness.
Yes.
Because sometimes the girls can be looking at, oh, please. So you have to get to a level of selflessness and let them learn from you, from your life.
Yes.
So it's like a training. It's like learning platform. What I did not get is what I'm teaching you people.
Yes.
And let them see you as someone they can easily walk up to.
Especially pastors and ministers, we think that our position automatically means people should open up to us.
Nah.
And that's not it.
No.
That is not it. That's not it. Wow. So we're going to have a conversation. This live will never end, I know. We have a lot to talk about. why we can't open up to each other, that mentorship in emotions. I think it's so important. We're going to do that. Please, if you're on my live, do follow Lead with Ease. Lead with Ease. He talks about leadership and all that. And also, what's your Instagram?
Girls, have you seen a leader? We've been talking about leaders. That's Lead with Ease. Like, lead with ease. It means that is a leader, leadership, okay? So you can
Yes. So make sure you
Minister
follow
Easy,
him.
if you are still single, let's know.
Minister Israel and Pastor Edward, they've been giving me vibes. They don't have to tell me, but they've been giving me vibes. So I'm just gonna come for them. Oh, his son is off the market, so we are sorry.
Okay, no problem.
All right, sis. So let's call it a night. It's been so wow. It's the boldness for me. Oh, I'm not single.
The not single is in capital letter. So
please, oh.
All right, Minister.
Me, I am single. I am single. Okay. Just in case. If you people see any brother that I can do life with, let me know. Because 2022, I have vowed I need to be married.
In short, all this pastor needs to go. Minister Israel needs to go. Who else needs to go? All of you. 2022.
They are currently off the market. Okay, so thank you for joining our live. The Kings have really been in the comments. We've enjoyed it. And sis, thanks so much for taking out time to be with me today.
Thank you.
Is also not single. They're gone, oh. They're gone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Kiss shower for me.
All right. Thank you so
much. All right,
much.
guys. So bye. We'll see you in our
Take
next
care.
live. Yeah. Bye.